Sorry guys, about a minute late here, a minute or two, but here we are. AWIN's looking good on open. We're 33 cents. I think I'm going to try an A-win trade. So we'll go 33. We're going to go for about a 45. Maybe we'll just do 40 for now and see what happens. 40-cent PT and a 30. Yeah, 32 flat should be fine for a stop. Let's go ahead and put a stop right there. ABVC is looking okay as well. We did see that dip down to that 515 area. We don't really, this is kind of a weird area with not a lot of support, so we're kind of hoping, I want to see this break above that VWAP line and hold. AULT is not doing too bad either. We have this around from 355 to a high here of 483. It does look like it's going to come down to this 386 area, so that'll be potentially where we want to take an entry. And we have GUR here falling pretty dramatically, but this is where most of our support lies here on GUR at about 225. So I kind of want to take a trade here if it holds. So 225, we'll go for at least 250 off it with a probably just a 220 stop. So I'm going to take an entry. It's a little early for one, but we could just see a fall through here. I'm going to take that chance though, and we'll see what happens. So AWIN is up now at 34. We saw that at 36. So if you did jump in it on AWIN at 33, make sure you take some at 36. And then we've got GUR, which is hovering around that 225 area still. With the low there, 225. Not so bad, not so bad. Looks like it's holding so far, which is good. Looks like we might be due for the turnaround, which is the perfect timing. ABVC, I think we're also going to jump in on this. We don't want to miss any opportunities here, so we're going to go like 535-ish. It could be as high as 545 that you get in. We're looking at maybe 650 for PT here, and we'll go with a probably 520 stop. 520 could be kind of risky, but I think that's what we have to do. I don't want to give this more room. So 520 it is. Or 560 here. So if you jumped in anywhere on this 530 something scale, you're going to want to take at least a little bit here around 560. So we're going to say trimming AWIN at 0.36 and ABVC at 560. GUR took another little bit of a dip, but still trying to hold above that support. All right. AULT's down at that 200 that we were talking about, so we're going to take a trade on AULT at the 200 here, so 385. We're going to go for 460. It's going to be kind of a long haul trade, and then we'll probably go 380, 385 to 375. We can do that pretty easily, and that gives us a little bit of room. GUR still holding. AULT holding that area. ABVC's back down a little bit. We've got AWIN back down a little bit. Kind of dipped a little bit further than anticipated here, but if you got in a little bit higher, you did have that chance for a scale out. AULT hopefully bounces here. ABVC touches new high here, 576. Looking for probably about 580 for that next scale out point. So right here, we're basically there. So trimming ABVC, 580. Got too many taps going on. There we go. All right, ABVC 580. AULT did dip down, did stop us out, unfortunately. I do think it's still looking half decent. We might take another crack at this. I think it's going to hold here. I think I'm going to go ahead and go AULT again. 380. We'll go for that 460. And I guess it's just a 370 stop. Is that going to save us? Just barely, but yeah, it will. Unless it breaks down further. So we're going to keep kind of an eye on it here for a second, see what happens. If we have to get in a cent or two higher, that's not the end of the world. I kind of want to, yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Yeah, we don't want to mess around with that. So we'll leave it be. That took a kind of a nasty dip here. We're at $6 on ABVC. We're going to trim again. ABVC, $6. AWIN dropped to stop. Looks like it's back up a little bit. This is kind of in an area of support, so I do want to buy back in. We did make a little bit of money off that last one, though, so not too concerned. 0.32, we're going to go for 0.40 with a 0.31 stop. 0.31 is going to be right here. GUR looks like, that one looks like it touched. I didn't get stopped out though. 220 flat, yeah, it should have stopped me out. I think it's going to stop me out either way, so I'm just going to cut this. We broke down too far. GUR. Might come back off this 217 line. We'll have to keep an eye on it. ABVC staying at 610, almost 620. We're looking for probably about 630 here for that next PT. Right there. Trimming ABVC, 630. We're up a whole dollar on this now. That's supposed to be green, and we can actually move that up now. Probably 660 is the next one. We're doing well on AWIN. We're going to take a trim here. Trimming AWIN at 0.34. If we get 35, even better, but yeah, 34.5 so far. Almost 35. 35 is going to be VWAP. Maybe GUR comes back from here. Maybe I cut too soon. Yeah, we did almost bounce off that 360 area on AW or AULT. It does look good. It does look like it's recovering from here. I would kind of like to get in. Ah, man, I should have jumped back in. I'm gonna do it anyway. 370-ish. We can get lower better. We're gonna go for 460, and we'll go for. I think we're gonna give it a 355 stop. I know that's, you know, a decent amount of room, but that does get us below that next area of support, which is what we kind of want to see. AWIN here does make that push very close to 35. We're seeing around that 630, 640 area on ABVC. We're hoping to see that push to 660. We did break a new high here, so, you know, there is that option. AULT pushed to 380 there. Yeah, GUR also looks like it wants to turn around, but I kind of have to wait for the next support level on this one. 34, AWIN. All right, let's take a look. Are we missing anything? WW. Okay, so I mean, price action's looking pretty good so far, but the range on it is not fantastic. It's okay. We'll keep it open for now, but dude, I think I need to re-download the software because it keeps pushing everything down instead of keeping it where it is. We'll go STRC. I looked at this earlier and the pre-market was okay. Yeah, it still kind of looks okay. Yeah, nothing really special about that. ABVC looks like it might make that pop, hopefully. We've got AULT down 365, so I'm going to take that entry here. Was waiting for a little bit of a dip. Looks like I got one. ABVC took a little bit of a dip as well, and AWIN as well. I don't expect AWIN to break down much further, but you never know. It definitely could. We're up at 370. Minimum, I've got to get like 375 to make this work, so I think that's our first PT here is 375, unless you got in higher. If you got in higher, just wait a little bit. It's kind of looking like a reverse flag here. ABVC's down at an area of support. We could look at buying more at 585, but I'm not convinced, and we still have some shares, so I just kind of want to hold on to that. Got AWIN here coming down a little bit. Thought I was off today. Nope, I'm not off today. Was that last Wednesday? I think that might have been last Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? I can't remember. I did take a day off last week, though. AULT is just struggling to hit 375 right now. Ooh, STRC, look at that nice candle there. 154 to 164. 10 cents, not bad. Wow, more than 10 cents now. That's pretty good. It's quite a bit of volume there. So if AWIN starts breaking down more, we're going to be in trouble. So far it looks like it might hold. Kind of tough to say though. Shows them off on the schedule. Let's take a look. Yeah, you're right. I bet you Scott kind of just copy pasted the schedule from last week, not realizing that I had taken a day off. Yeah, no, I'm definitely here today. Okay, so we do have AWIN here breaking down further, so you can go ahead and cut this at break even if you get the chance, or hold if you want, you never know. My AI, yeah. 363, come on, just hit 365 so I can get a scale out. STRC still kind of going here, it's almost at 170, yeah, there it is. Yeah, GUR is coming back. ABVC is bouncing off the area. Yeah, I said this was going to be a decent area, but I was holding shares still, so I didn't really want to go ahead and take a risk of dumping more money into it just yet. AULT still so close. And AWIN still down. ARMP, let's take a look at that over this. Nope. Rumble, RMBL. Nope. MDNA. Nope. And then of course we have fun popping up. Hell no. Alright, we're finally breaking up to a new high here on ABVC. We're gonna hit that 660 mark, it looks like. I don't know what's going on with AWIN right now. It's kind of struggling to break down lower, but we do have lots of sellers stacking. Man, I never had fun with fun. There's our 660 trim on ABVC. I never made any money on fun. I don't know why. It's just the way it moves. I always lose money on it. Still try occasionally, but like it popped up the other day on the scanners and I just kind of left it alone. Could have made a little bit maybe, but some of them just move different. Come on, AULT. Oh, it did tap 374 on that candle. 375 on that candle. Did I say we're trimming there? I know I meant to say I'm trimming there. Trimming AULT 375. All right, ABVC, where are you going next? I'm thinking $7 flat for our next scale out point. And then we'll be starting to run out of shares at that point. Kind of a good problem to have. Yeah, A-Win's still holding on. ABVC actually pushed pretty high there, almost 690. STRC back down a little bit. It does have some decent volume. Yeah, 50K candle right now. It really depends on the stock and how the day's going. So on something like AULT, for instance, I scale out heavier faster because I'm not as confident in it. So I'll do usually like, if it's something that stopped me up before, sometimes I'll take out like 50% on the first scale out and then do like 25, 25. If I don't see a ton of momentum in it, or with things like ABVC, where there's clearly momentum, we're far away from our stop, things are looking good, I usually scale out less until I feel like we're hitting a top here. And like $7, I'd cut most of my position because I don't see it really going past $7 without seeing a good pullback. So, you know, on something like this, it would be like my first scale out would be like 25%, and then maybe like 10, 10, 10, 10, and then whatever is left when I feel like it's reaching the top of where it should be. So there's not really a set rule to it. Ooh, WW took a nasty dip there. 1080. I don't like the price range of this. We could play it. We could probably make a little bit of money off it. Would have made better money if we picked it up at the bottom here, but I missed the dump, so. I'm not really feeling it, but I do think it has a potential. It could come back up to this 1180 point. It's just like not enough money there to make me want it. ABVC's heading back down. If we touch VWAP again, I might consider buying some more because I'm starting to run out of shares. And we can have a relatively tight stop because we really don't want it breaking down lower than like 598 or maybe 596. A-Win's back a little bit. So if you were looking to get out at break even or better, now is your time. And that would save your first scale out, depending how much you scaled out on. Actually, I mean, if you got out break even, you'll walk away with at least a little bit of profit regardless. But AULT is breaking down, so we hit our first scale out. Yeah, and this is one that I wasn't confident on, so I took 50% of it. Is that going to save me? I don't think I'm really walking away with anything here, but I'm not walking away negative, I don't think. It's $112 in fees. Yeah, I think I still made money. I still made, I only made like 3 cents a share. It should be fine. That's probably still green. Just barely, though. I'm actually going to check. Yeah, 0.8%. Well, at least it's not red, I guess. I'm not sure if this is going to come back or not. This is, don't want to lock that. This is looking pretty weak right now. We're past the 200 on the 15-minute scale, too. We are right on support, though. Yeah, tough to say. ABVC, man, we missed our scale out by, what was that, 10 cents, 15 cents? Or scale in by 15 cents. England's back down a little bit. GER's not doing much of anything. WW's not doing anything. STRC's not doing anything. So we're kind of good with where we're sitting right now. GLTO popped up. We could take a look at that. The range on this is kind of okay, not terrible. Pre-market doesn't have any data to go off of, and the price action's pretty spotty, so I'm probably going to leave this one alone too. Dude, this is so annoying. And then I leave it, and it's just going to move right back down. Yep. I don't want to have to scroll up every time I want to look at what's on this list. What the hell? I don't know. I don't know how to fix that other than maybe trying to reload the scanner. We'll see. AULT still falling. We've got ABVC kind of doing its thing here, and AWIN not doing anything. So, yeah, I kind of figured from the pre-market today that we weren't going to have a lot of movers. We were going to have like maybe a couple things that had a little bit of momentum to it. That was probably it. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's not really a lot going on. AWIN does look like it wants to pop back up from here. Maybe we had our stop in the right spot there. ABVC's back down, so I'm starting to get a little worried because we didn't really break up too high here. So unless we see, I don't know, if we come back down, I might buy in around that 610 mark. I think it's a little risky, but seeing as how this is like one of the only things with momentum right now, I think it's probably kind of imperative that we jump on things when we get the opportunity to do so, even if it doesn't end up panning out as well as we hope it would. Yeah, that's a proper sentence. Yeah. AWIN is coming back a little bit. We'll see if it can break through this resistance. ABVC, yeah, we need this to break. I would like to see it come back down. I'll make the alert. ABVC, about 610-ish. We're gonna go for, I think $7 is at least somewhat realistic, and then we'll go with like a 590 stop. Man, this stuff is super boring. We're really only watching AWIN, ABVC, and maybe AULT, but I mean, this is a good spot for AULT now. We are down really big on the day, so I think that this could, even if it doesn't move fast, it could be good to try and pick it up around this 350 mark. You might have to give it like a reasonable stop, like maybe like 335 from 350. Yeah, I think 335 should be safe, and then as long as it's in the cards for this thing to move up today, you should be fine to get some profit out of it. Bands are starting to tighten on ABVC. I'm actually gonna type that out as well. AULT 350. Honestly, $4 is probably pretty low on the scale of where I think you could go. I think we could probably, at least power hour, if not lunchtime, get back up to about 420 on this, as long as it can have some sort of momentum behind it. And we'll go with 330, 335 stop. Bands are tightening. Like price actions consolidating, which usually means it's going to make a move, whether that's up or down. Kind of hard to tell. But we're sitting bullish on the MACD. The only thing that kind of concerns me is low volume right now, but yeah, it usually means it's just, what's the word? Not condensing, consolidating in an area and getting ready for a move. Kind of want to see GUR take off too, but still in kind of an awkward area. STRC's back up a couple cents here. Probably not worth trading that either. All right, 660 here. So if you did get your scale-in point on ABVC, you're going to want to trim here. Hell yeah, 685. Okay, ABVC, 685. Noise. Now we need AWIN to do something. You might have to get a cent or two higher on AULT to get a fill. Unless you're very, very patient. Looks like we might actually hit $7. That would be cool. ABVC is still moving around. Gotta say, it's already 7 o'clock and I'm not seeing a lot of momentum, so I don't know if we'll even stay on for a whole hour at this point. If things start to die off anymore, I might just call it. No point sitting around and getting antsy and taking trades we don't need to take. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. No halts today. Got a couple new things we could look at. I guess we got NLSP. Nope, don't like that. Oh my god, this is so annoying having to scroll up every time. SLNH. That sounds like it's not going to be good. Nope. And that's it. Okay, well I thought it was more than that. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, we're pretty much stuck playing what we have. AULT's at 360 now, ABVC's down a little bit, AWIN's still holding 32. Like it has been for the last 20 minutes. We're still far ways away from the 200 on the 5 and 15, so AWIN could definitely stop us out and move down to that area and then see a bounce, which would be, I mean, bad for us, but maybe good for the overall movement of the stock. ABVC's back down. We could buy more shares here. I mean, it did make a little bit there, like 615 to 685, but not really sure I want to. I mean, this kind of looks like a double top to me so far. It's on the 1 minute scale, so it's not like a huge deal, but that's pretty much the best you get when you're only trading the first hour. Most of your chart patterns come from the 1 minute. Damn. Better luck tomorrow. Yeah, basically, if you weren't playing ABVC, you probably aren't making money today. And now AWIN goes, you think so? We'll see. It does look like it's consolidated in this area, but the bands are still really wide, so they could still move in either direction right now. probably. So far, it looks more down than anything, but you never know. Fingers crossed it moves up. AULT is really not doing anything either. This is, man, the one day, what was I doing that I couldn't be on live? Oh, I think I just got on the computer and it wasn't fully set up properly, so I didn't have the streaming software enabled. So I just did alerts rather than going live. And man, that day was like killer. I think we walked away with quite a bit of money that day. And I wish I was on live because some of the stuff was just moving so fast. But then you get days like this where it's like, there's almost no point in being on live because it's moving so slow. You could get in and out of the alerts just fine. Right off VWAP again, which is good. We are right at that zero threshold on MACD, so that's it's good to see it bouncing from here because usually when you see that, you'll see it fall through, but bands are consolidating, or stock is consolidating, bands are tightening, so not the worst scenario. We are breaking through on AWIN a little bit here. So maybe holding on was the right choice here. Maybe VC doing its thing, AULT not doing anything, GER not doing anything, GLTO, don't even need this open. SLNH, again, we don't have any pre-market data to go off of. There's really no support in this area. At least not anything recent, if at all, ever. But yeah, you'd have to go like way back. We're looking at March here. Which is fine. You can use support from back then, but it's not as dynamic as it would be. We're back to 34, so this is where we got our trim. Oh man, we still need more. Here, you know what? 35, I'm going to take another trim. Because I'm not super confident that this is going to continue to move up, so I just want to kind of keep eliminating shares here as we move up. 35 and a half. If we tap 36, I'll be trimming again. All right, so AULT is crossing that 350 line, so that would be our entry. $36 here, so that's a trim. Perfect, perfect. 37. Come on. 37. Boom. 37.37. All right. Sorry, DOS. Hopefully you're not watching the charts anymore. Yeah, it did actually move up. I know. How sad is that? I hate when that happens. That's why once I'm done trading, I usually just close the charts down because I can't stand to see what I missed. Yeah. Yeah, patience is a virtue. It's tough. Sometimes it's tough, though, especially when you get used to trading these penny stocks and you come from, like, a bull market. Like, a lot of people just take a vacation for the bear markets because they're so slow. But if you're used to playing bull markets, it is so hard to be patient with this stuff. It's like you decide what it's going to do, and then 30 seconds there is doing it. And sometimes it's doing it so fast you have a hard time scaling out of it. And then you get to a bear market like this, and things move so slowly. It's just so hard to be patient with it. All right, so AULT is breaking down. So remember our stop on this is 335. So we're hoping to see this stop moving sometime soon. And it doesn't look like we have support down here, but we do have a little bit. If we go to like a 15-minute scale, yeah. So most of this support's probably going to be about right here, but we'll see. We'll see if it breaks down much further. Back to 35 on AWIN. Did tap 37 though, so that's good. Honestly, 32 to 37 is pretty fantastic. I'll take it if we don't get any higher. Not a huge deal. Can't really afford to move your stop up though, so whatever you're holding on to at this point, I'd make sure it's not a huge amount. That's for sure. ABVC's back down to VWAP. We're bearish on MACD, but it's still holding above VWAP, so could be a good sign. We're back up to 36. Are we actually gonna push to 40 here? Well, we have some buy orders here at 36. $85, $40. Honestly, it kind of looks like there's somebody scalping like a cent out of this, or maybe even less than a cent back and forth. Which I can't imagine, unless you're on a free brokerage, I can't imagine that's going to be racking up a lot of money. Not a terrible strategy though if you have a zero commission broker and you can get decent fills. Alright, so we do look like we're holding on these areas of support here, and it is moving back up. I don't expect this to be something that we make a ton of money on like super quickly or anything. This is probably going to be like those ones we get off live and like an hour later we hit our PT, hopefully. Back to 37.5 here on A38. I'm taking another trim. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can't complain about that. I still would like to see this hit 40, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world. ABVC is definitely consolidating here. We need to break back positive on this MACD though, because after this consolidation, it's going to start to make a move, and if we're still bearish, it's more than likely going to head down. Back up to 350 here on AULT. So ABVC, we got to trim out 685, which is pretty high. So we're looking at pretty much $7 here. AWIN, we're kind of looking for at least 39 for that next area. Anything new popping up on the scanner? NLSP, we got that. SLNH, no. STRC, no. ARP, no. GLTO, no. ZELB. I haven't seen ZELB in forever. XELB. And no. Okay. What's NQ doing today? We're going down. Gotta rechart some lines here. Yeah, you know what? We might actually hit some support around 15.538. Maybe 15.530. We've got a little bit of support right here at the dip here. So maybe this comes back. ABVC breaks down. So if we break down any lower than this 585 area, actually, we probably shouldn't even be holding ABVC past 585. Yeah, no, our stop should be 590, so just take the cut on the rest. Not a huge deal. ABVC remainder. Yeah, AWIN, I don't know if we're going to get higher on AWIN. AULT, we know we're going to be waiting a while, if anything, to see this come back. Yeah, and really we only got like 1 or 2 scale-up points on AWIN, so I think we're pretty much done for the day, because we have nothing. Hang on, we got BNTC popping up now, so fingers crossed, maybe. Yeah, no pre-market data. Wow, that's really spotty price action. I wish I could make something work out of this, but I don't think I can. The range is pretty decent though. 360 to 417 is not bad. Yeah, I don't think I'll be playing that. Yeah, nothing else new. Okay, that's fine. We'll go over the tracker and then I'll let you guys go for the day. Early recess. All right, so we made 21 today, which isn't bad. 2.6 on the port, which is fine. 5 wins, 3 losses. That's pretty meh. 75% win rate on this month so far, which should be ending in a couple trading days. And trade summary, we made 57. What? Oh, okay. That's counting this as a loss. That's why we have 3 losses. But this is just a position that hasn't had any scale outs or trims or anything. So it probably should end green, but we'll see. Other losses are GUR and AULT for pretty small losses, honestly. And then really no huge wins. We had ABVC for 22% and AWIN for 17, ABVC for 11. So ABVC was clearly the winner today, which is still kind of sad because it really didn't move all that much. Yeah, it's okay. AWIN, hoping to see this hit 40, going to scale out a little bit more at 39 and then 40, and then I'll probably leave a tiny runner, just mostly for fun, but we'll see on that. BNTC, maybe it's playable. It just hit its halt. This is the first halt of the day, so I would keep an eye on this because this could pull in a lot of volume now that it halted, because a lot of traders just like you are going to be watching those halt scanners and seeing that this is like the first sub $20 stock today to halt, so there might be some room for play here. ABVC, I think this is still playable. I think it's dropping to an area of support here, which is good. Now, whether it'll hold or not is the question. Volume's pretty low. AULT, yeah, I honestly think this is going to go back up before it hits our stop, but I also think it's not going to go up fast. It's going to be like a lunch hour or power hour move that we get out of this. So if you're not already in it and you're thinking about it, I wouldn't be too stressed out. Try to wait for, a relatively good number, maybe on this bottom support area, 340, 343 or something to get in. You probably don't need a stop lower than 335. You could make it a tiny bit lower if you want, just for a little bit extra security. But yeah, up to you. Other than that, guys, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your trading day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys.